had this Dollar Tree cutting board in my stash, and I thought this would be great to use. And another chalk couture stencil. This one has like honeycomb and some bees. So I'm going to cut off the honeycomb part, and then I'm going to cut the bees apart. We're only going to use a couple of the bees, or 3 of the bees, and the honeycomb. So I'm just going to lay that down right on the cutting board where I want it. And then I'm going to take some acrylic paint, and this is like called Yellow Moon or something. Anyway, use any color you want. This was pretty much the closest color I had to what might look like honey. So I went ahead and put some on, and now I'm just going to scrape it across using the scraper. And I know many of you ask me, oh, you don't use the paste? Well, no, I don't. You certainly can. I just figure, why spend more money if I don't have to? I already have all this paint, and it works. So there you go. I'm just going to make sure I scrape a bunch of it off, and now I'll take off the stencil, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think it came out great. So I let that dry, and I went out inside and sprayed it with some clear matte finish. Once that dried, now I'm going to put the little bees. I liked the ones that looked more like bees. They had like detail. So those are the 3 I chose, and I'm just going to kind of randomly place them on top of the little honeycombs. And once I get them on there, I'm going to take some black paint, put a little bit on, and then just kind of, paint it around until I get them all covered. Once I do, I'm going to pull off the stencil, and there you go. There's bee number 1. I'll do the same thing with the other 2. One of the keys is don't put a ton of paint. Put less. You can always add more, but if you put too much, it might bleed. So there you go. There's the second one, and then we'll do the third one. Easy peasy. And there they are. I'm going to take a little bit of that yellow paint, and I'm just going to kind of, once it dries, I'm going to add it to those little sections of the bee where we kind of traditionally think there should be little yellow stripes. So I'm just going to add that. I do 2 coats of each one just to make sure it's very vibrant, and just add a little bit on all 3 of them. And I think that just makes the bees look more 3-dimensional, kind of lifelike, and that's what I was going for. I love this so far. Just such a cute look, but very simple. So there they all are on there and all finished. I do spray a clear matte coat of finish on top of all of this. But before I do that, I'm going to take some black and a very fine art brush and make little stingers. And that wasn't part of the stencil, but I thought it needed it. So there you go. It's all finished. I am in love with it. I think it's so cute. You have to let me know what you think. Would you like to do a little bee cutting board? And the best part of all is everything came from my stash.